everyone. If you are on, let me know that you're watching. Trying to save it to some groups, but I'm not sure I'm able to do that. If you're hopping on, say hello. Anybody out there? Or am I all by myself tonight? When you hop on, say hi. And don't forget to sprinkle, which is basically just S-H-A-R-E. Facebook doesn't like for us to say that word, so we're using the word sprinkle to let your friends know. Hello, Dee. Glad you're joining. Hope everything is safe at your house. Give a few minutes for people to pop on. I was a little late because I was trying to get everything together. And so how is everybody? Kind of hectic and crazy in this world today, but hopefully we can all rest assured that everything is going to be okay. So one of the things I'm going to do tonight is one of our faith transfers, which is just trust in the Lord with all your heart, which is pretty relevant for today's the things that are going on today for sure. But I think everything is under control, and I don't think it's going to be too bad if everybody will just do what they're supposed to. A lot of people were asking about my son. We went to our post-op appointment today. Everything is great. They took the staples out of his knee. He's walking. Doing great, so I appreciate all the prayers and the thoughts that have been sent to him and sent to us during that time. Glad it's over for him, and hopefully with physical therapy he'll be able to be walking around as normal. All right, I am Sheila with My Crafty Cottage. I am also here to hopefully inspire you to craft, create, and decorate. I am a chalk couture designer, along with everything else that I do in My Crafty Cottage. I embroider, I do vinyl, I do t-shirts, I do all kinds of things. But this has been something that I have truly fallen in love with, and that is chalk couture. This is something that relaxes me, relieves a lot of stress. I can go in my room, like I tell people, and craft all day. It's a lot cheaper than therapy. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I have 3 projects tonight for you. And if you are new to chalk couture, we have silk screen vinyl, and you can see through it. That's the silk screen part. And it is very sticky. In fact, one finger will hold it up. Very sticky. This is a new transfer. And so what we do with new transfers, good morning and good afternoon, Catherine. Glad you're with me. And we're just going to do what we call fuzz. And I'm using the fuzzing cloth that's in my shop. But you can use a towel, you can use your clothes, you can use just about anything. And what we're wanting to do is just to get enough fuzz so that it's not so sticky that when you put it on your surface, you won't stretch the transfer. These silk string transfers can be used 15 to 20 times. The company stands behind 8 to 12, but I have gotten more than 20 uses out of a lot of my transfers. So that's the good thing. You can use the transfers on anything. They say anything but the dog. And so I'm going to use tonight one of our Chalk Couture surfaces, the 9x12. And then we're just going to place the transfer on the surface. Again, this is trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Got some on my transfer here. All right. And they are sticky, so they'll pick up just about anything. And what you want to do once you get the transfer on your surface is to make sure that all of the air bubbles are out. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Melanie. Glad y'all are watching. And then I'm going to take just our silicone squeegee and just going to go over it just to double check to make sure. And the reason we do this is that we don't want any bleeding. And if you happen to have a bubble, it might bleed. So we have our transfer on our surface. And then I'm going to use two different colors. I'm using Peony, and I'm using the Couture Teal, which are two beautiful colors. And I'm going to ombre this. And if you haven't seen before, when I ombre, we kind of mix the two colors, okay? All right, hello, Dawn. Okay, so I'm going to start with my pink, and we're just going to put some on, and I'm just going to do the top, go down just maybe halfway, and then the rest of the way I'll do with the teal. There are all kinds of techniques that you can use. There's the hot mess technique, and there's all kinds of techniques that you can use. But we're going to do the ombre. And you're just wanting to cover up, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but you're just covering up the silk screen part of your transfer and then just pulling off the excess. And then putting it back in the jar. And then I'm going to take the teal, doing the same thing. We're just going to go up to that mark and go down. I love the spring colors, so that's why we're using these particular colors. Again, just putting it over your transfer, the silk screen part. And then just smoothing it out. And then taking the excess off and putting it back in your jar. The paste will last forever. Just making sure we're covered. All right, and then I'm going to take a little bit of water, just a little bit, on my finger, and we're just going to rub it in, kind of gather it or smudge it, so to speak, on here. So they just kind of blend, go from one to the other. All right, and then I'm going to take this part off, and then I'm going to do the scripture, half of that, and then take the pink, do the top part, just getting that, and then again, water on my hand and smudging it. All right, hopefully the paste hasn't. And then you're just gonna peel your, oh, pretty. Then I'm just gonna lay this on the backer sheet and then wash it, take it to the sink and wash it. But I want you to see how pretty. So you kind of just go from one color to the next. All right, so that's our first project, and it only took probably 5 minutes, even with me talking. But that is the trust in the Lord with all your heart transfer. So don't forget when you come on to sprinkle, and that just means S-H-A-R-E, for those of you that have not been on before. So let your friends and family know that we're on. All right, so I'm just going to put the top on this. And as I go along, if you have any questions whatsoever about Chalk Couture, about me, about My Crafty Cottage, please don't hesitate to ask them. You can either ask them in the comments now, or you can just message me later on. All right. Hello, Madison. Hope you're having a good spring break. All right. The next thing that I want to do is kind of take some time and talk about Chalk Couture. Some people do not know a lot about Chalk Couture. It is a fairly new company, about 2 years old, and it was designed to kind of help inspire people to create their own high-end DIY products. I've walked into many stores and found something I really, really liked, and then looked at the price tag and kind of just walked on away. So this way you can make your own. With any of these transfers, you can use colors that would blend in with your decor. You can change it. For example, this will dry to a hard surface, and I'm going to let it dry. It takes about 4 minutes for it to dry without a heat gun or hair dryer, and it will dry to a hard surface. Then if I decide they come out with another transfer, or I want to change the colors but I still want to use the transfer, I just take water and either our board erasers, which is basically kind of like a magic eraser, and just wipe it off with water, and then you're ready to start with your new transfer. That's the beauty of these Chalk Couture transfers and surfaces. All right. There's a lot of people that love to create things, and I always tell people you can be in Chalk Couture and not have a artistic bone about you and not be creative at all and enjoy this. Again, I told you that I had, most of you know, I have suffered from depression, and I can go in my craft room right now and I could craft for hours and just be very relaxed with those things. So if you have any questions after watching and you think maybe you would like to do this yourself, or you know of someone who maybe be at home with the kids love these kind of things to do. And so I encourage you to let me know who they are, and let them, come in contact with me. The next thing we're going to do, our next project, is our houses, our little wood cutout houses. They come in packs of 2, and they are wood. They're already painted with the white distressed look, and it comes, you can buy the big transfer. This is the House Patterns transfer, very large, but you have 7 transfers on one, so to speak. So we're going to again open this up. And you can cut these. You can use these on so many different things. You can make pillows. You can make totes. You can make aprons. You can use the transfers on glass. You can do wood. You can do all sorts of things with this. And you can interchange the transfers. If you see wording on one transfer that you'd like to go maybe with one of these houses, you could do that. That's the beauty of it. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is just cut. They have little lines here that you can cut through. But I'm going to do Family in the Heart. On one. And then they have all kinds of little patterns here that we can choose from. They have the doors, the window. These also make cute little bird houses. So you could even make a birdhouse if you wanted to. And then I think I'm going to do... And I didn't cut this beforehand because I wanted you to see how large the transfer is and how many uses you could get from that. All right. I can just use this one. And there's just a little line that kind of guides you as to how to do that. All right. We'll put that back in our little thing. And I think, let's do this one first. I'm going to do this particular pattern on the house. And then I'm going to, this one says, "Love makes our house a home." And we'll put that on here. So again, we're going to fuzz it because it's new. So I take my fuzzing towel or a towel, I could put it on my shirt, anything that's going to get some fuzz on it, just to save the transfer. Okay, so I'm going to put this down a couple of times, 3 times. This one is very, very sticky. And since I'm using the wood, I want to make sure that it comes off easily. So I will do that. All right. And these, you can see through it, so you're able to line it up where it needs to be. And they fit perfectly on these. So cute. And there we have our transfer attached. And I'm going to use spring colors on these too because I made the little eggs before. So I think I'm going to use this is called Citrus Splash. Awfully good name for spring colors. And again, I'm just dipping in my squeegee into my paste and then just place it on there. People were talking about being home with their kids. These would be awesome. My 9-year-old granddaughter absolutely loves these, and she keeps telling me she wants to do a live with me one time. So we'll probably do that whenever they're able to come back to Nana's house. But again, you're just putting on the paste, and our Chalkology paste is what it's called, is water-based. So if it gets a little dry, you just add water to it. You want it the consistency of yogurt or cake batter. All right, and then you put the excess back in your jar. Again, just kind of pulling it over so there's not any lines. All right, put that back. And I have it usually all over my hands, so let me get it off this. And then you just lift up. Let's do it from the bottom here. All right. And again, placing it on the backer sheet to be washed later. I don't know if you can see that. It has just a little thing on it. I'm going to lay this to the side because I didn't put the hair dryer in here to do that. And we're going to add family and a heart on that once it dries. And like I said, it only takes just a few minutes. All right, on the next one, I believe I'm going to do this design. Again, fuzzing. Does anyone have any questions? Thanks everybody for joining me. I know people are kind of stuck at home and not able to get out much. Today's the first day Joseph has gotten out. I've been to the grocery store several times, but I don't know why. There's nothing there. So we're making do with what we already have. Okay, so this one's going on. Again, making sure all your air bubbles are out. And there we have it stuck to our, you notice it's not coming off, to our house. And then I think I'm going to use the pink grapefruit on this one. Again, taking your squeegee and just squeegeeing on. I don't know if you can see this or not. I can't tell what you can see because of the comments, but we're just squeegeeing on the paste. And like I said, a little bit of paste goes a long way. But I always like to start with more than I need because I can always put it in back in my jar. If you haven't already, I invite you to join my VIP group. That's where I post specials and events. In fact, today I posted a new event that I'm doing online. Since we can't get out, I thought I would do a make and take online. So we'll see how that goes. All right, making sure all the silk screen is covered and putting it back in the jar. Then we're just lifting this up. Oh, cute. Placing the transfer back on the backer sheet. And then I'll take these to the kitchen and wash them off later, but this is what it looks like. So cute. All right, now we're ready, I think. Yeah, we should be ready to put our other part of our transfer on. And there's so many things you could do with this. You could add little birds to it. You could do all kinds of things. I'm ready for spring. Today was a good indication that spring is on its way, or basically summer. It was almost 80 degrees. And so I'm going to lay this on, kind of in the center. Let's see. I'm OCD when it comes to this. I have to make it just right. So y'all just bear with me. All right. And I think I'm going to use the Couture teal on this. This one just has family. And you're just covering up the silk screen part. You don't have to cover the entire transfer. And then the little heart. All right, and then we're going to lift it up. These would make such cute Mother's Day gifts. Place it on there. Oh, the two colors are great together. I don't know if you can see, but this says family and has the heart. This was the Couture teal and the citrus splash. Okay, we have that one. This one may still be a little damp. Yeah. All right, let's see. What else was I going to do? While that's drying, I'm going to also talk to you a little bit about a monthly subscription box that we have. A lot of businesses have the little monthly subscription box. Ours is called Club Couture. And each month when you join, it's $19.99 to join. And each month, the first week or two of the month, you will receive an exclusive transfer with paste, the singles paste, everything you need to do the project. It is an exclusive transfer, and by that I mean it's only for Club Couture members and designers. So the first of the month I get excited because I never know what it's going to be. So if that's something you were interested in, maybe not want to go full speed into doing this, you would receive a transfer a month, and like I said, each month, and then you can use that transfer on lots of things. This particular month it was the French market, and I had a beautiful scroll at the top, and I meant to bring it so that you could see it, but it could be used on anything. I can't wait to put it on a tote. I'm going to do a pillow. I'm going to do what was it else? An apron with that on there. And I think that would just, you just never know what's going to be in there. So it's kind of like a surprise every month. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my shop and click on the Club Couture and do that. But like I said, it's $19.99 a month. And you get the transfer, you get the paste, everything you need to start the project. All right. When I talked about, let me put some names in my little bucket here for a change. While this one is drying, I don't want to mess it up. So I have Dawn Mason. And when you are watching, what I do is I put your name in a bucket or a little carrier, and then I draw for a prize. Melanie Walker. Melanie, did you ever do your design? She won the last time. I sent her a little goodie thing. Rhonda. All right. Catherine. D. D also won one of the signs that I made not too long ago. All right, did I miss anybody that's not on here? All right. And then if more pop on, we'll add more to the little bucket. And then my goal is to reach 50. It's a slow process, but again, I have not been as consistent with my lives as I want to be, and so I've actually sat down since I'm home with a planner, and I've planned out several weeks worth of lives, so that should be something that you can look forward to. Okay, I think this one is dry, so we're going to put Love Makes Our House a Home. Anybody have any questions about Chalk Couture or My Crafty Cottage? Dee, I'm glad you loved your little sign. All right, so Love Makes Our House a Home. And I'm just going to center this. And let's do this one in Wisteria, which is a beautiful purple color, kind of like Coopertown. And let me get a squeegee. Again, making sure all the air bubbles are out. So what we've done is we've just added our transfer to this. I am doing Chalk Couture as a side business. I do teach but I also do this because I love to craft. In the process of getting a blog up and running, that's interesting. That is a lot of work. But hopefully I can help someone or share what I love with others. All right. Okay, so we've got Love Makes Our House a Home. Putting it back on the backer sheet. And you could add ribbon, you could add twine, you could do lots of things. Hello, Miss Beverly. Glad you could join us. Let me put Miss Beverly in our little bucket too. And these little houses make the cutest tablescapes, if you call it that. So what we've done is we've taken the two houses. The first one we did, it was family, and we used the Couture teal and the citrus splash paste. And then this one we used the pink grapefruit and the wisteria. And these cutouts come from Couture. They have the label on them. You get 2 in a pack. And so cute. But there's so many things you could do with this. It also comes, I don't know if you saw this earlier, but it comes with the other transfers. It comes with a heart, the door, a window, or circled window, and a square window. So there's so many things that you could do with just this one transfer and a couple of sets of the houses. All right, so to recap so far, we've made Trust in the Lord with All Your Heart, and we did the ombre effect, where you start with one color and it just kind of fades into another, if you can see that. And then we've done our houses. And this next project is one that I could not wait to get the transfer. And it is a biggie. So let me clear all this off real quick, because it's going to take up this whole table, and I may have to stand up to even do it. Get all these pastes out of the way. I'm going to use white. Let's see. And I'm going to use, our squeegees come in different sizes, and I'm going to use this one. A lot of people call this Big Bertha. This is the transfer. Never Stop Making Wishes. It has the little dandelions on it. So this is a very big, it's called Dandelion Wishes. It is a size E transfer. And it's even larger than my little bitty table here. But I love this saying. And I also think the little dandelions would be so cute on a t-shirt. In fact, I've seen some on there. We're going to actually use chalk couture board. This is the big board. Make sure that the tag is where it needs to be. This is one of our large chalk boards. All right. Now, we're actually going to just use white for this project. Let me clear everything off of the table here so I'll have plenty of room. And with the large transfers, you have to be very careful that they don't stick back to themselves. So you just slowly take it off. And hopefully comes off fairly easy. All right. And to do this, I'm going to lay the fuzzing cloth just on it in different places. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's very, very sticky. Again, you can use these transfers 15 to 20 times. I've gotten more than that out of some of my transfers, like I said earlier. The company does stand behind 8 to 12, but if you take good care of your transfers and wash them and do like keep care of them like they tell you to, you can keep them forever. Some of the designers have gotten almost 30 uses out of one transfer. So, and to think about all the things that you could do with them is amazing. So we have our huge transfer here, and can you hear it sticking to it? Making sure, of course it's not straight. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna take the big squeegee and just kind of squeegee out the air bubbles. And as long as you don't have air bubbles on the silk screen part, you're okay. But I do have some, so I'm going to pick it up again. And lay it down. But we have so many different kinds of transfers. We have the story. We have like the farmhouse. We have the bees transfer. We have all kinds of things. All right, I think we're good. No bubbles. And if we did have a bubble and we made a mistake, the easy thing is we can just wash it off. All right, so I'm probably going to stand up, and I've just got shorts on, so just don't look at that. But I'm going to stir the white. And like I said, you just need the consistency of cake batter. And we're just going to dab some on since this is large. And I'm going to do the paste and pull where we do a little bit and then pull it up. And with the squeegee, you're able to cover a lot of area quickly. And then I'm just going to pull this part up. You can do that as long as you still have some sticking. Making sure that we have. And then just let it go. And then you want to just rub what you have to do again. So we're just going to take, like I said, and sprinkle this all over our transfer, and then just continue going down our transfer using our big squeegee. But like I said, this is water. You just clean it off with water. And the great thing about this is if I wanted to keep this permanent, I could seal it. But if it's going to be inside the house and I decide to change my decor or decide to change and put another transfer on here, like I said earlier, you just have to use a one of our magic or our board erasers or a magic eraser. Slowly picking it up. All right. And I'm just going to attach this to my table. And here you have Never Stop Making Wishes. So cute. I love the little dandelions. And look at the detail. If you were to weed that with a Cricut, and I love my Cricut, but at the same time, this would take forever to weed. All right, so we have Never Stop Making Wishes. We have our two houses. Love Makes Our House a Home. And then Family with the Heart. Set those up. And then we have Trust in the Lord with All Thine Heart. So, how quick was that? These make wonderful gifts to give. In fact, I've even had a gift, maybe needed a gift and think, oh my goodness, what am I going to get? I don't have anything, haven't bought anything. Then I can whip up something like this, wrap it, and they think, you know, I've spent a lot on that. So these are simple projects to do. I appreciate you coming on with me. Like I said, this has been a new passion of mine. I absolutely love this. I think it would be an awesome opportunity for stay-at-home moms. I think this would be something that they would enjoy. And I think, you know, everybody needs a release at some point. And I think Chalk Couture is probably the best thing I have found for that. So, you know, I appreciate you joining me tonight. Is anyone have any questions about anything? Like I said, if you haven't joined my VIP page or group, please do that. There's lots of announcements in there and discounts. I can give you a discount. I can't advertise that on this page, but I can do that in my VIP group. Also, if you're interested in the event that I just posted today, please let me know. I can order that at a discount for you. And I don't have anything else. I just hope that everybody stays safe. And let me draw for a goodie. All right. And we have Catherine Williams. So Miss Catherine, I'll be getting you a little goodie and sending it to you. Miss Catherine is one of my favorites. My dad used to call her his kissing cousin. And we've had a lot of good memories and things together. We've shared a lot of things together. So I appreciate Miss Catherine. Any questions before we go? If not, I will see you again on Saturday night. And then we'll make something. I got a whole new shipment of new transfers from the new catalog, and I can't wait to show you. And I will post these finished products online as well. Also, I meant to remind you that I had the Marketplace online sale on Monday night. There are still some items available. If you go to the VIP group or the Crafty Cottage Marketplace, you will find the items that are still available there. So I appreciate everyone that purchased items. I'm trying to clean out to make room for all the new stuff. So, like I said, if you have any questions about becoming a designer, and I will say this, if you join Chalk Couture, you don't have to do lives like this. You can join as a hobbyist just to make things for yourself and your family and friends. You can join to do vendor events. You can do finished products like, for example, what we did tonight and take to a vendor event. You can have make and take parties. So I'm also available for that if you're ever interested. I do go to churches and have little women's groups or youth groups, that kind of thing. Those are so much fun. And you can join as a hobbyist. You can join just to do vendor events. You can join to sell finished products, or you can join as a business like I have. I have 2 designers right now underneath me, and I'm looking to expand my team, so I would love to have everybody join my team and enjoy doing what I do. So if there are not any questions, I appreciate you joining and tonight, and hopefully you'll be able to sprinkle this video with your friends. And if they have any questions, please feel free to give them my contact information, and I'd be glad to talk to them. Good night, be safe, take precautions, and I will see you on Saturday night. Thank you.